Okay, let's go to page 455. This is lesson 10-1. The objective of this lesson is to extend the meaning of exponent to include rational numbers. So you already learned that 5 squared equal to 5 times 5 equal to 25. And 5 to the negative 2 is just reciprocal of that, because negative exponent means you flip it over, should be 1 over 25. And 5 to the 0 equal to 1. So anything to the 0 exponent is 1. So now you're going to have the exponent equal to any rational number or any fraction. So for example, if you have b to the 1/2 power, so 1/2 power means the square root, so be square root of b. So the denominator would be the index, so that the 2 goes over here. So when you don't see a number, that means a 2. Okay, so b to the 1/3, this will equal to cube root of 2, cube root of b. Okay, and so forth and so forth. So if you have b to the 2/3 power, so the index is 3, so 3 goes over here, and the numerator would be the exponent, so be b squared. Okay. So from this we can see the definition. So if you look on the definition of b to the p over q, okay, this will equal to so q is your index, so be in here, okay, and p is your exponent, so this will be like to the p, and this will equal to cube root of b to the p. So that's what we're talking about right over here. Okay, so again, the index, the denominator is your index, and the numerator is your exponent. Okay, so in the bottom, the denominator goes on the index over here, and the exponent goes become the exponent over here. Okay. Okay, so let's go over some examples. Okay, example 1, you want to simplify 16 to the 3/4 power. Personally, I don't like either one of the method. So whenever you have this kind of situation, what you want to do is you always want to break down this into the lowest base possible. So 16 is equal to 2 to the 4th power. So break down the 16 into the lowest base. Then after you apply the power rule, right? So exponent of exponent you multiply. So this becomes 2 to the 3 power, and so this will equal to 8. Okay. So I think this is probably the better method to do. Okay, let's go to next example on page 456. Example 2, A. Yeah, 25 to the negative 3 over 2 power. Okay, so again, I'm going to make this into the lowest base possible, and whatever you substitute, put in parentheses. So 25 is 5 squared. Okay. Then after that, I'm going to apply the power rule. So when I multiply the 2 and the 2 will cancel out. So this is equal to 5 to the negative 3 power. Then I can flip it over, so it'd be 1 over 5 to the 3. And so this is equal to 1 over 125. Okay. And for the 2b, you got 9 to the 2.5 power. So again, first I'm going to make this lowest base possible. So 9 is equal to 3 squared. Now I can apply the power rule, so it becomes 3 to the 5 power. And then after I can multiply, so it becomes 243. Okay. So I think this is probably the better method. Okay, let's go to example 3. Example 3a. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, instead of making a big fraction, I'm going to separate the top from the bottom. So instead of just wasting time copy exactly the same, I'm going to separate the top from the bottom already. Okay, so I got a to the 5, b to the 3, and on the bottom I got c to the 2. Okay. this one, you want to put it in exponential form. Okay, so this is not simplified. Just put it in exponential form. So this one, we don't even have to do this. Just go and do each part of this. So this would be a to the 5 over 3, right? 5 over 3. And this would be b, right? 3 over 3 is 1. And this is on the bottom, so it would be c to the negative 2 over 3. Okay, and that's it. Okay, so 3b. Okay, got 1 over cube root of 4 to the negative 3 over 2 power to put in the exponential form. So first I'm going to flip this over. So it becomes, okay, so what? Let's do one step at a time. Let's go and make this into 2 square. Okay. And then this becomes 1 over 2 to the 2/3 power. Okay. Right, 2 over 3 power, right? Next, I'm going to flip this over. When I flip over, it becomes negative exponent, right? Okay, let's flip this over. Then after that, I apply the power rule. Now, some of the steps can be reversed. So the nice thing about the exponent is that you can do in different order and you'll be still okay. So this becomes 2 to the, so negative cancel out and this cancel out, so it becomes 2 to the 1 power. And so the answer will be just equal to 2. Okay. Okay, let's go to the next example. Okay, example 4. So you got square root of 8 times cube root of 4. And you want to write in an exponential form and write in a simplest radical form. Okay. Okay, so let's go and put it in exponential form first. So this one is going to be square root of 2 to the 3 power. And this would be cube root of 2 squared. You can break everything down into the lowest space possible. Then put in this exponential form. So this would be 2 to the 3 over 2 power. And this becomes 2 to the 2 over 3 power. Okay. Then after that, you need to go and, when you multiply, you have to add this exponent together. So this becomes, so you can go off to the side. So 3 over 2 plus 2 over 3. So get your common denominator. So this becomes 9, and this becomes 4. So equal to 13 over 6. So it becomes 2 to the 13 over 6 power. So this is your first answer. So that's your exponential form. Now to make this into radical form, you need to go and make it into a mixed number. So this is equal to 2 and 1/6 power. Then after that, this is equal to 2 to the 2 plus 1 plus 6, right? So you don't want to do this step. I'm doing this step so you can follow. So this is equal to 2 squared times 2 to the 1/6 power, right? I'm just doing the reverse. So basically you get to this point and you're going to do the reverse to separate to get into that, okay? And then this becomes 4 and this becomes 6 root of 2. And this will be a radical form. Okay. So make sure you know how to switch back and forth between exponent form and the radical form. Okay, let's go to example 5a. So this is to solve. So you got x minus 1 to the 3 over 2 power is equal to 8. Okay, so what you want to do is to solve for x, you have to get rid of all the stuff from further away. So you have to get rid of that. Okay, so to get rid of that, you need to raise everything. So I'm going to copy this again so I don't mess up my original. Well, actually, I'm going to do one more step. I'm going to make this to 2 to the 3 power. Okay, now to get rid of that, I need to raise it to reciprocal power so I can apply the power rule. So I'm going to raise this to the 2 over 3 power. Okay, so that way when I apply the power rule, this will multiply, will cancel out. So I need to do both sides, do the same to both sides. Okay, so again, exponent of the exponent, I multiply, so this becomes 1. So I get x minus 1 equal to, when I multiply it, this becomes 2 squared, right? 3 times 2 over 3, the 3 cancel out, so it becomes 2 squared. Then after that, I'm going to plus 1 on both sides. So x will equal to, now 2 squared is 4 plus 1 is 5. Okay. And so that would be my answer. Okay, now let's go to 5b. Okay, 5 x to negative 1 over 3 is equal to 20. Okay, so first I'm going to get rid of this 5. So I'm going to divide by 5. Because you don't want to raise the exponent right away because it's going to make a mess. So you want to divide by 5 so that this will cancel out. So you get x to the negative 1 over 3 is equal to 4. Okay, now to undo that, I'm going to raise it to the negative 3 power. Okay, so that this will cancel out. So x will equal to, right, negative 3 times negative 1/3. Negative will cancel out, 3 and 1/3 will equal to 1. Okay, so now for this one over here, I'm going to flip this over, and this becomes 2 squared to the 3 power, right? So I'm using the negative power to flip it over, and 4 becomes 2 squared. So x will equal to 1 over 2 to the 6 power. So x will equal to 1 over 64.